Hello and welcome to Pretentious Podcast. This is one of those shows that what you do is you just complain and rant and get upset about, and why not come along and do it with us?
And now it's time for Pretentious Podcast with Brian and Zerbinator.
My good friend tonight, Brian, thank you so much for coming along tonight and yapping with me. And how are you doing, my good friend?
You know what? I am doing all right. I'm doing better. We've had a bit of inclement weather. It's been hot, and it's finally starting to turn around back to what it's supposed to be. So, where
is your inclement weather located at?
We are in Northern California, in a town called Santa Rosa in Sonoma County, in the lovely wine country.
Delicious. I'm down here in Connecticut, which is a little bit. If you were to fold the map in half of the United States, we would kiss. We would just kiss.
I have been wondering, what is the population of Connecticut? Like, how big is the state? What is the biggest city in Connecticut?
Oh, the biggest city would probably have to be Hartford, just off the top of my head. I would
if you say, I'm going to the city, where will people think you're going? Hartford?
Probably Hartford, yeah. And it's weird, there's sub-cities.
Is that the Hartford with the hockey team? Is that where the Whalers? Is that what the Hartford Whalers? Is that the Hartford?
Maybe. Because
I don't know.
Sports and I are like this far apart. I don't know what sports are.
Me too. I heard, for some reason, I heard the Hartford Whalers the other day.
I love water sports.
Do you?
Yeah. Michael Phelps. But no, Hartford Whalers. I think so.
Maybe. I don't know.
But it's Connecticut is very small. Rhode Island is even smaller. It takes about 7 Rhode Islands to make a Connecticut.
So it's pretty small, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's a small state. It's from where I live, everything is about 20 minutes away. If I want to go to Massachusetts, it takes about 30 minutes to get to the state line, and then there you are.
What about Florida? How far would it take to get down, to the tip of Florida?
Well, it took me 10 hours from Virginia, and it takes me about 6 to 7 hours by train to get up to Connecticut, about another 10 hours to get up to Connecticut from Virginia. I would say it would take a good part of the day, 20 hours straight driving.
Do you take trains? Is that something?
Yeah, I love trains. Oh, I could take trains forever.
I don't think I've ever been on a train. Like a subway train?
Visit me
never
on
like
a train.
I'll take the train there, and I will visit you.
There's tons of train stops in Connecticut. Every single place you go, there's a train stop. It's amazing.
Let's say you were to hop onto the train and you were going to go visit your pal and mine, Ferg. Right. How long would that take on the train?
For me to go to Delaware, probably about 4 hours.
Do you think when you got off the train that Ferg would be waiting for you, or would he expect you to take a car to meet him?
He would want me to take an Uber, or he'd be late.
He would be late, so there would be nobody there when you get there, and you'll just be...
And I'll be like, Ferg, where are you? No, he would probably be on time. He was promptly on time when he came here to visit.
Huh.
Do you want to know a secret about Ferg?
Oh, I definitely do.
Okay, you ready? Don't tell anyone this.
I don't think anyone listens, so I'm not worried.
He's taller than me.
What? Well, how tall are you?
6.
Oh, hold on. I want to guess. You already said it. Go ahead.
Damn, I'm sorry. You want to guess again, and I'll edit that out?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and guess.
I would guess that you are 5'9".
No, but that was very close. I'm actually 6 feet.
You are 6, and Ferg is taller than that?
Ferg is a little bit taller than me, and he's not wider. I got him beat. But if you take a look at pictures of him and I together on my Facebook page, you'll notice that he stands a couple inches taller than me.
I pegged him for, also average height, like the 5'10".
I figured he'd be small because his name is short.
I am 5'6". With shoes and
4'11" without.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not true.
Those 70s risers is what you wear.
I am a normal 5'10".
Tell me more about the weather. You have air conditioning to cover for that?
We do not have air conditioning. We have a very moderate climate. It like during the summer, it will get to maybe like the hottest of the hot is like 92, 93. And that's
Yeah.
That's pretty hot. It's normally in the mid 80s. But then this past week, I don't know what happened. It was Father's Day. Father's Day here was 110 degrees, which is just, it was a record-setting heat, and then it maintained all through the week, and every day is just the same, and nobody has air conditioning. Nobody has it. Well, some people might, but nobody that I know. And it's just...
You get to cool nights, is that why? Or
we do get cool nights, but this past week, the cool nights have been like 85, which is it's just been murderous. It's been a horrible time, but
yeah, I imagine
things are turning around. We actually, this is the one highlight to come out of it. We bought an air conditioner. We got like a window model, but we ordered it online, and it's not going to get here for 2 weeks when the warm weather will be far past. But next year, when it hits, will be. What I do is I sit here and it's hot, and I go, once this thing gets here, you will never be hot again. This is it. This is the final time you'll ever have to be hot. So,
did you get a good model with the remote?
We did get a good model with remote. Awesome. I think we're only looking for like the one room, like, you know, the main TV, like living family room, because it's like a portable unit. I think we got like 10,000 BTUs, which we're hoping is just gonna, you know, frost up the whole place. But I know not.
I know not what this will tell. I hope so.
I know.
I got a remote as well. We keep it at 70, 68 if I can push it. I've been known to write 70 on a Post-it and then rip it off and put it on there, so my wife thinks I put it up to 70 because she's saving pennies on those 2 degrees.
So do you have like the deal that goes in like your window?
Yes.
Or do you have like not the like all through the house kind of thing?
Nope, just a big one in the window. Right there, center. But of course, our outline where I'm living is like a studio apartment, and then we have the lake, so it's like one big place, and the bedroom's off to the side. So we just have the fan blowing cool air in there, and it's perfect. I still have it's like a little less than a winter blanket still on the bed because I need cold to sleep. I sleep better in cold.
We're sleeping with like a sheet, which I need a blanket to sleep. I can't sleep like without a blanket. I don't know why, but we got to sheet it, which is kind of weird. It feels weird. I don't know why. It's not like the softness of a blanket. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like having paper. It's like laying out under the screw with a piece of paper.
Merely a suggestion.
And it doesn't feel right. And there's nothing worse than just like not being able to sleep.
Yeah, and you're rolling over back. You ever wake up to the sweaty pillow?
That's great too, isn't it? When it's like,
you can only flip it over so many.
Pillow.
Yeah, so many times before it's just useless.
The heat is the worst.
I have no hair, so yeah, I'm sweating like a pig anyway.
Is that bad? Like does it feel hotter on your head?
Yeah,
you think without the hair
and wetter?
Because I have hair. I have like shoulder length hair, and that feels hot. But I wonder, like, is it hotter without? You know, like having
no. In general, it's cooler, but in the bed, it's hotter when you got hot sweat on the pillow.
It's like having a hat and then not having a hat.
It's like having a hat that's wet.
That could be good, though, if it's hot. You get like a wet hat, put it on. Like a wet ski hat.
Yeah.
Like a ski mask.
Then you'll get it. Yeah, exactly.
You could do that. Get a ski mask, get it wet, put it in the freezer, just put it on.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't even know where you would get one around here.
Dude, I think you should, like, sorry for calling you dude.
It's okay.
Dude, you should, like, copyright that now.
The frozen. Make, like, a ski mask with, like ice pack gel, like, in between, like, one layer of, you know, cotton, and then, like, ice pack gel, and then more cotton. Keep it in the freezer.
The ISeeRobots iceberg ski mask.
That's going to be our first piece of merch, I think.
Speaking of which...
Our first successful piece of merch, I think.
Speaking of which, at the end of the show, of course, I'll do this then, but if you want to know who this gentleman is, I've recorded with him once before for a Look It or an 80 to 89. 80 to 89.
80 to 89. Mm-hmm.
And this is Mr. ISeeRobots at ISeeRobots.com. Check out.
Was that like almost a year ago?
That is almost a year ago. We do yearly shows, you and I.
That would be a good idea for a show. Do like a yearly, like 10-hour podcast.
And it's called So, How You Been?
Just like 12. It have to be 12 hours, and then people, if they want, can break it down into like an hour.
Oh, it'd be like a serial.
Mm-hmm.
There's a joke about 2 old people. You want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on to Rants in Our Pants.
Okay.
This
Aren't we? Isn't that where we are right now?
Not yet. We haven't started complaining. Did you already complain? Did I use up your complaint?
No, but I have more than one.
Okay.
I guess.
There's these two kids, these babies, born in the hospital same day, no relation. Same day, same time, sitting next to each other.
Random babies.
Yep. Just randoms hanging out there next to each other. They go on their separate ways. Beautiful, beautiful babies. They go home separate ways, live their lives. 99 years later, they both end up in the same hospital next to each other in the hospital beds. And one guy turns to the other and says, "So, what did you think?"
Where did you get that? Like,
my grandmother told me that. My grandmother told me all of the really clean jokes that I've got.
I don't have any jokes. Like, if somebody asks me to tell a joke, I don't even have one. I know no jokes.
I got one good one that I can just recall right now, and that is the new corduroy pillows are out. Have you heard about those?
No.
Yeah, they're really.
Was that the joke?
They're really making headlines.
Oh, that's funny. See, I also thought it could be the punchline when you're like, "Have you heard about those?" Because I'm thinking like that sound the corduroy makes when you rub against it. You know, like your head.
That'd suck to sweat on those.
That would be a terrible joke. I'm like, this joke is awful. But then, but you got to the punchline, and I said, "Oh, I get it now. I'm the dummy, I guess."
Well, now it's time for the rants in our pants.
And now, let's hear some rants from our pants.
You are going to have to go first on this one. I think that I opened and gabbed first, so I think that it's your turn.
All right.
Are we open about the names of the segments? Do we have like segment breaks here?
Yeah,
or is
and there's music that comes in and it plays. It's actually symphony music, and it goes rants in our pants, and then it fades out, and so we go on with our rants.
Is it music that you played? Is this off one of your famous Zerbinator records?
No,
maybe?
God bless you. No, but what it is it's just regular symphony music. I found that I figured it'd be safe to use without getting in trouble. So it's like really popular symphony tunes.
I do. What are you drinking there? Is that chocolate milk? Maybe Irish coffee? That's quite a big mug as well. You should see this, folks. He has a mug.
Beer mug. That
is roughly the size of his head. And his head is roughly the size of two basketballs.
Oh, I was going to say the cup.
I'm exaggerating. It's maybe a basketball and a half.
That's
maybe better. 3/4 of a basketball and a football.
With a little golf ball down here. That's what this is.
I apologize. Your head is fine.
Well, here's my rant before I get attacked more on.
Do you have a doorbell at your house?
Yeah.
Standard doorbell? Does it like play any chimes, or is it just?
It just goes ding dong. Where's this hitting?
Well, I was just thinking, like, I'm here, you know, I'm on the Earth base, and the family's out. So at some point, there's going to be a doorbell, and I'm just thinking, like, what is that going to sound like? Because no one ever comes to our door. You know,
You've never heard your doorbell?
I've heard it, but I don't know if it's like a ding dong or if it's just like a bong or we'll find out at some
a 4-time chim chong where it goes ding dong ding dong.
If we don't find out during the course of the show, I will record it and send it to you, and you can edit it in as bonus content for people who hang in to the end.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, my rant.
Sorry.
I don't mind. This is fun. It's all good.
That might have been my rant. I think I just went first.
Okay.
No, that's just opening gab, I guess.
Yeah, that still counts as opening gab. I have a swan issue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my swan issues, we have Hank and Katie. Hank and Katie are actually my grandparents' names.
Uh-huh. And they live near you? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, we're talking about, they passed a long time ago. But we've named the swans Hank and Katie when we first moved here. And
do you think that this may be some kind of a reincarnation issue, or is it just, just a polite naming of the swans?
Polite naming.
Okay.
Polite. If you want to know my thoughts on reincarnation, check out Pastor and the Pappy.
You are against it, as I recall.
I just don't really believe it, but I really wish I could, just for an hour, be a dog.
As I remember, you said that you didn't think it was fair that some people, got to go around twice as like good stuff, whereas you're just like, I'm just me being me, and it's not fair that somebody gets a chance to be,
No.
a butterfly. No?
Well, okay, yeah. That's roughly the truth. Yeah.
That may have been Doug. I am not sure.
But all the same, beautiful things. And they have babies, and they come here all the time. Shelly goes out in the morning and feeds them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's my issue. This morning, this blob of a human being, like someone went up to the snow cone machine. Not the snow cone. More like, the ice cream, soft ice cream, and you get that last little bit, and it comes out like a really soft poop. Just
the soft serve, yeah.
This person was a soft serve plop.
A human soft serve.
And he's swimming the lake trying to lose his weight. The guy I think is bald, but he's wearing a water cap and goggles to look like a swimmer.
It's to go super fast.
Oh, it's terrible. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, he's going, and he's pissed off at a swan because he's swimming too close to the swans, and he's picking up weeds and rocks from the lake floor and throwing them at the swan, which in turn makes the swans chase him because the swans are trying to protect their kids. And
are there only the two, and then the swanlings,
right? The swanlets, or whatever you want to call them.
The swanlets, yeah.
And he's swimming and going down. My wife is telling him, stop. And then the guy says to him, "Well, this thing's a menace. He won't leave me alone." No, you're throwing crap at him.
How deep is the lake? Because you mentioned he's swimming and throw. Can you swim and just reach the bottom and grab stuff?
The outer perimeter is you can definitely. So the outer perimeter, it goes about 30 feet in the center, I think. But
what is the name of this alleged lake?
Lake Bezick.
I'm going to guess on how to spell that.
Oh, Beseck.
I went Bezick. Lake Bezick. Is that in Middlefield?
You turned it into a rapper name.
Is that in Middlefield?
Middlefield, Connecticut is where I'm broadcasting from.
I am going to take a quick peek.
So take a look at the lake. So I get on my high horse because these are my grandparents he's throwing crap at.
Yeah.
And I want to go out and check this guy out, too. And that's when I noticed that he was what I expected him to be. This elitist piece of crap, because you do have to be rich to live in this neighborhood, and rich people, to me, are elitists. Sorry. I have yet to meet someone who deserved what they have, the wealth that they seem to have.
You do know that I'm rich.
But you're a sweet thing about it, and you don't sit there and live on it. Of course you are. You live in Santa Rosa.
I am super rich. I'm just kidding. I am
and
not.
That's why you had to wait a year to get a conditioner.
It took me a year to save up the $189.
So
it was hard.
It is hard being rich. So I go out there, and I tell Dom DeLuise / this guy reminded me of a mix of Dom DeLuise and Danny DeVito.
And Andy Kaufman.
Short, lumpy guy, just ploppy.
That's terrible.
And so I start screaming at him. I'm like, idiot! Quit throwing things at the damn swan and get out of the lake and walk home. Then he'll stop.
Oh, you did?
I started screaming at him. Then he did it again. He starts throwing more stuff at him like a little kid. And this guy is older than me, probably in his early 60s, if not late 50s. And I'm like...
Wait, did you say he's a bit younger than me? He's in his early 60s, late 70s? What did you just...
No. I said he's in his early 60s and late 50s. I didn't say he was younger than you. Did I?
I think you might have.
I'll have to
Lake Bezick is less than 1 mile in length.
Yeah.
Swimming a mile is pretty good. Or did he swim the quarter mile width of the lake?
No, he was going the length. And I guess he's trying to lose weight.
My guess is that he was out there and he didn't have the grit to make it across. So he took it out on the swans to give him an out.
My guess is that he got up early in the morning and tried to think that if he starts swimming now, he'll be sexy by summer. He won't have to wear that bathing suit up to his nipples like he was doing today. And then, secondly, he thinks that this is his lake, not the inhabitants of the lake. The
lake is actually owned by the Department of Environmental Protection.
And he's actually not protecting the swans. He's trying to kill it. And the swans own the lake before he did. And it's just...
I'm looking at an overhead photo of the lake right now.
It's a beautiful lake. I love going swimming.
Hey, I can see you right here. You're swimming in the lake.
Hello.
I think that's you.
If it's a bald head, that's me.
That is, well, it's either you or the guy you're talking about right now. I'm not sure.
He was wearing a blue beanie hat.
That is definitely him then. This must be a
Without the
recent
propellers.
photo.
Is he throwing something at the Swan?
It's a still photo, but maybe.
There's like weeds in the air because that's what he was throwing at. I was
You can't
praying
water ski on the lake.
You can't?
It says no water skiing. Oh, from June 15th
Oh, good.
to Labor Day you can, but you can't go faster than 8 miles an hour. So
80?
what? 8.
No,
88.
they break that every day. There's people out here doing 60 and 70 on their speedboats.
You have a boat?
There's tons of boats. I have no boat.
You have not even like a rowboat?
I did have a rowboat and realized that I cannot row anymore. I just can't. I gave up. It's like first of all, getting this thing into a boat is hilarious. And I'm talking about me personally. Mm. Getting me into a boat is hilarious. It's the boat is not meant to sink that low and still move.
You should get a boat. Like maybe just even like a blow-up boat.
I did. That's what I used to have.
Oh, that's what you're talking about now? It was like a boat or like a floaty, like a pool floaty?
It was a huge raft that I got for my birthday. It was a nice big like yellow blow-up with extra things on the bottom and top to keep it afloat if it ever popped.
When is your birthday?
July 12th, as a matter of fact.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
The big 7-0.
1970, baby.
You were born? Oh, you were born in 1970?
Yeah.
I was born in 1998.
You were not.
I was not.
You were born in 74?
73.
Close.
Mm-hmm.
So
what made you think that?
November is your birthday.
It is. How did you know that?
I remember.
You're making me a bit uncomfortable right now.
Sorry. I noticed that you fall asleep to Chet Atkins.
I've seen that happen once.
What is your rant?
I do my best to try to be just like a laid back dude. I try to just go with the flow as opposed to, opposing the flow, which just creates problems for you. I try to just take it easy as much as I can. I think the world needs more like easygoing people and there's like a few things that like I really like I just can't abide by. And one of them is I go to the movies a lot. Like we go to the movies like 2-3 times a week. We go to the movies all the time. And I don't know what the deal is with people having to goof around with their phones during a movie. It drives me bananas. It's like I have a phone. I like my phone. I like my phone as much as anybody, maybe more than some people. But it's like I paid to go to the movie. So why am I also like, playing on Facebook at the same time? It's ridiculous. It seems super weird. And I hate to like hate on like the younger generation, but there's just like, I think that they've been raised with the phones for like as part of their life for so long that they can't go for very long without looking at it. And when you go to the movies, like as an adult, you kind of, you sit in the middle or maybe like in the back, and you'll always see, like congregations of kids in the front row. I have no idea what that's about, but kids are always sitting in like the front few rows. It's just the way it is. The kids,
you're right. You're absolutely right.
They like the front. I don't know what it is, but that's where they like to sit. And the problem starts because they're sitting super close and playing with their phones. And like you're trying to watch the movie, and I get super easily distracted when I see things. Like if I see something move, I turn and I look toward it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not one of those people who can just focus and block things out.
Right.
My wife, I go with her. She does not care. She does not see anything but the movie. Like somebody could come in, start throwing hand grenades all over the place. And as long as the movie kept rolling, she wouldn't notice. But
I'm coming. Hold on.
It's like if I see something, I get distracted. And there's always kids in the front, and they're always flipping their phones. And okay, look, society is going through like a change of what movie morals are. And I propose this. If you want to look at your phone, if you're a kid and you want to look in the phone, sit in the last row. Just sit back there. Give the last 2 rows to the kids. Let them look at their phones, do whatever they want, because, you'll be sitting in front of them. You will not see it. But the problem arises because they want to sit in the front like kids do. It's just... You
ever see the light from the phones hit the screen, which I have witnessed before too?
I do. And movies are expensive. It's like movies are expensive. It costs, you got like your $10 for your ticket, your $5 for your popcorn, your $5 for your drink. And that's just, like a drink each. And this is like a 30, 40, 50. If you take the kids, it's like a $60 thing. And I just want to watch the movie. I just want to have a good time. I don't want to.
So build a booth in the back of the movie theater. Hopefully glassed in, like soundproofed, so you don't have to listen to them either. Because every once in a while you'll watch something like Schindler's List, and then you got to listen to, oh my god!
And like, I never know what to do
with the movie,
like with the kids and the phones, because I wanna walk down there and go, can you please stop playing with your phone, just like in a polite way.
I just want to smack the living crap out of them.
There's something about like kids of a certain age, and you just like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to go down there and be like, excuse me, can you please turn off your phone? And they turn to you, give you the big finger, and then you're put in this position to where like, now I have to,
beat your ass.
Now I have to take it up a notch and make you not use your phone. So you're kind of like, it's just, you choose not to get involved, and you choose to kind of have not as much of a fun time as you would have otherwise. And this isn't a great rant, but I
appreciate this rant very much. I think the rant basis is around the fact that you really couldn't do anything about it. And that's what's terrible. And you're right, they congregate around the front, but you really can't do anything about it. Where if we were back in the 1950s, and God forbid there were cell phones, you could go down and go, look, son, you're really getting on my nerves. And they would say, yes, sir, and they would put it away.
I've talked to my daughter about this a few times. I said, what would you do if you were in the movie and you're playing with your phone and some random dude came up and said, excuse me, could you please turn off your phone? And her answer is, I would be terrified. I would leave the theater and not come back. So I don't know. I might be reading this all wrong, but there's a strangeness about teenagers that just, it kind of, I don't want to say causes fear, but it causes like some degree of apprehension, because
you don't know how they were raised.
They're just foreign to you. Yeah. It's like, how you are, and because it's just people in general, even like other grown-ups, you might ask them something and you just don't know how it's going to go. People are,
and God forbid the foreign teens. They're even more foreign to you.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to get into any sort of isms, but
any kind of isms.
I don't roll that way. I didn't realize that that's what we were getting into here, but
no, I'll take it back. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, good. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend you.
You guys just missed like 45 minutes of the best stuff that I've ever said in my life. For whatever reason, he stopped recording, and I've been like, I told like tales I've never told before. I told jokes, just original jokes. It was great.
Well, we were catching up. Let's put it that way.
Sorry for you guys.
You guys lost out.
How about a celebrity interview?
The Peaches are pretty good.
They are good. You want to talk to Barry Gibb?
I don't know what I would say.
Well, I could have him call the studio.
I don't know.
Let me have him call the studio. I think I got his number here. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna call him up. And you talk to him because...
How did you get his number? Because that's just weird.
Oh, I've got so many people's phone numbers in this book that I've got. It's I picked it up when I was actually in California before I knew you. And I was traveling around and doing the little bus tours. And they give you...
Celebrity tours?
Yeah. Yeah, celebrity tour. And the book comes with celebrity phone numbers in case you want to call them when you were there.
That seems completely inappropriate.
I know, right? I can do your voice pretty well.
What? When have you done my voice? That's not even...
Just for my own entertainment.
That's not even fun, man. I'm just kidding. Let me hear it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't want to offend you if I do it.
Is it offensive? Do I have an offensive voice?
No, I just don't want to piss people off if I do their impression. And no, you have a certain way that you talk. And there's times where... And this is strictly Voxer Talk, not show. There's a show you and then a regular you.
Mm-hmm. That's what my wife says too.
Yeah, your show you is it's same like me. What I do, I'll get
every once in a while she'll be like, "Don't use that show voice on me." I'm like,
really?
Yeah. Like I'll get annoyed and I start lecturing her, and she's like, "You're making the show voice."
I love it. Like my show voice for like the record show. Hello and welcome to blah, blah, blah. And I tried to do that stupid radio voice. For you, it's like this. Hey, dude, this is me. I'm just here. God,
that's not what I sound like.
A little bit. You sound a little bit like this. And what you do is you say, okay, so I don't know. But we could do something today. And I'm not sure if you want to get together or not. Just give me a blowback and we'll do it that way. I don't know.
You just made me sweat.
I'm so sorry. That's the way I see you. That's when you're just like in the I could take it or leave it. Doesn't matter. We can do it today or not. Give me a call.
You make me sound like a New York dude or something.
You got a little New York to you.
No, it sounds more like this dude. Just like, what's up, dude? That's what it's like. What's up? What's up, dude? Just hanging out, man.
That's good.
Gonna get together later,
Now you sound. What? You sound a little different completely.
You're gonna give me a complex because I thought my voice was all right. No,
your voice is all right. I'm talking about this is Vox or you.
I'm retired.
I just love impressions.
This episode I have coming out this week is really good, so it'll be a good one to go out on.
And don't go out. I'm being an ass.
I'm done.
I accentuate too. I elaborate on, what's the word?
No, it's true.
Build up on impressions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello, Mr. Gibb. It's nice to talk to you today. How are you?
Well, I was just telling my friends that I was so glad that I was able to call into the Pretentious Podcast show. Kevin paid a lot of money to see me.
And he did?
Yeah, and for me to show up on his show, he paid something like 20 quid. And I thought that was so sweet of him to give that to me. How much is that really into monetary value, if you could tell me?
A quid, I believe, is roughly like a penny, I think. But I'm not...
It's like a 20 cents.
More, maybe a bit more, depending on the exchange rate. Is a quid a real thing, or is that just like a slang for like a money? I can't
remember, but I tell you what, if it's only a penny a pop, I tell you what, he's a cheap.
That's what I've heard, but he and I were talking about air conditioners earlier, and I've recently been, I've been pricing them and such, and I know what a good one goes for. And he was telling me that, like, this is like off the air. He's like, I bought one. There's like 150 BTUs, and I'm just like, dude, what is that gonna do? It's gonna like cool your closet, but I don't know. I didn't want to say anything. Oh, are you recording this?
Yeah.
Is it? That's a lot of BTUs, Kevin. When you hear this later, you'll be fine.
I know. What are you talking about? I'm confused. Are we recording?
Yeah, I was.
Sorry, then I got out of character. I thought you were. At first, I thought you stopped because the doorbell went off.
No, I was trying to get meta on you here.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I was leaving notes when Kevin edits later.
I understand.
So where are we? What?
So is there anything that you would like to ask me about my musical history, since I'm getting 20 cents from the Zerbinator?
Let me think about this. Out of all the songs that you've recorded over the years, which one is your least favorite? Is there one that you hear and you're just like, eh?
Nobody cares. The reason I don't like that song is because when I wrote the words, they were really inoperable. They were inaudible lyrics. They were supposed to just be, but they changed it into words. Nobody gets too much love anymore, and it's like, so what? Who cares? You just want to dance the night away and not have to worry about who gets love and who doesn't get love. It's not how you divvy it out to who and who gets love, and that just gets me so angry. I just don't know what to do with myself.
I really wish Kevin were here. He was saying earlier today how much he enjoys your work, and it's weird that he wouldn't want to be part of the interview.
I'm here.
Oh, are you?
I'm sorry. I was out back replanting the spring bulbs. And
what kind of bulbs are they?
Oh, they are the daffodils and the shamrocks. shakes. But I'm back. And, hey, how you doing, Mr. Gibb? Good.
I don't know why he answers like that. When you say that, I'm not sure what it is you're trying to convey as far as, the conversation.
In what sense are you talking about?
Is it a nervous tick? How you'll sing every once and again? Is that just kind of?
I am a musical genius, and my art comes out through ways that keeps me grounded, so that I know when the microphone starts up again, I'm ready to go in a second that I need to go. You see.
I don't understand. Well, how did you first meet Kevin?
Oh, gosh, Kevin, when did we first meet?
It was when I was traveling in California, and I was on that bus tour.
The bus tour.
Yeah, and he was outside doing something.
I think I was mowing my lawn.
And I went up to him and I said, hey, would you like to be on the show sometime? And he told me it would be 20-something. I thought it was quid.
Quids, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right, but I didn't mean 20. I was like 20 grand.
What?
20 grand.
I sincerely hope you're not paying 20 grand for this, Kevin. Because I myself am receiving nothing.
No,
yeah.
I have no money. He doesn't even know it yet.
How much do you pay Ferg to be on the show?
I don't want any part of this if you're not going to give me any money. I don't want to talk to either of you anymore.
Dude, he hung up.
From what it looked like you hung up on him.
I just don't want to pay him.
It's like you're hoping that you can just cut it off before. Well, that's fine. I'm sure he's doing all right.
Pretty cool to talk to Barry Gibb, wasn't it?
Kind of.
All right, hey, you ready to do some Facebook sidebarring?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, what do you got in your sidebar?
And now, the Facebook sidebar.
I have never looked at the Facebook sidebar until now. I was not. I always look at the other side of the bar where it shows you like your shortcuts and all that kind of stuff. And
all the good.
When you and Ferg would do that, I was like, what are they talking about? But now I see that there's like news here. But
yeah,
let's. All right, I will start. There is a picture of a grotesque dog with its tongue hanging out the side of its mouth. This dog looks bad, and it says, "World's Ugliest Dog Contest. Ugly dogs compete for which one looks the roughest," and it's spelled RUFF, like the way that a dog looks. It's a pun. It's a good pun.
Why does all the ugly dogs have a tongue hanging out to the side? Why can't a dog be ugly with like missing a jaw, and maybe the tongue just hanging straight down?
This is funny because this actually takes place like 2 towns over in Petaluma. We live in Santa Rosa. I have actually gone to see this before. We had a dog. It was my wife's dog, and the dog. I hate to be mean, but it was a super ugly dog, and we did consider like entering the dog, but I thought, I'm just like, that's so mean. Not that the dog knows, but on some level, I don't know. The dog's gonna know that you think it's ugly. That seems mean. But,
well, the dog isn't going to hear this and then cry.
It's possible.
You could probably say it right to the dog's face, and it still would look at you and go, "Is it dinner time?"
Well, every time I say something mean right to my dog's face, which is often, I feel as if they can tell. I feel like they get the idea that I'm telling them that they are, in fact, bad dogs when they think they're good dogs. I'm just like, no, you guys aren't that good. You guys are pretty bad. But I just made that up. I don't do that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, Ron Howard is the man that they're choosing to take over the Han Solo movie because the Han Solo movie director was fired.
Directors
were fired?
There's Philip Lord and also Chris Miller. They're the dudes who wrote the Lego movie. Have you seen the Lego movie?
Not yet. I do want to see it. But
the Lego movie is great. Lego Batman movie is incredible. But they produced that movie. But they wrote and they directed the original Lego. Mm-hmm.
Why were they fired? What did they do? Just sit around twiddling their thumbs?
This is what I read, and it's like whenever you hear like this movie gossip, who knows? Because who knows like who's coming out with these stories? But I heard that they had like a different creative vision for what the movie would be, and they were like constantly shooting things that were off the script.
Yeah,
and then like when they would, what do they call it? Like the dailies? They would like watch the dailies. The people in charge are like, what is this stuff? What are you shooting? Why aren't you staying like on the
on the
script? Yeah.
Oh, so they got candid.
Mm-hmm. That's it's weird to do that though, because it's like if you're hired to shoot a script, just shoot the script. You know, you do what you're hired to do. I mean, you get like some degree of your vision in there, but
you don't take it it's in a whole new way, and all of a sudden it's a Lego movie.
It's like it's a job for hire. You know, it's like you're hired to work at the store. You just you do what they ask you to do, and you.
Yeah, if you're working at a fruit stand, you don't start selling sneakers.
Yeah, you don't start stocking vegetables. But
right, and putting vegetables in stockings.
What do you think about Ron Howard taking over with that?
I think actually that this might be one hell of a movie. I heard people talk about Cocoon and his job on the Tom Hanks movie that went out in outer space, and that they're that big corny
Apollo 13.
Yeah, they done send a man to around the moon and ricochet him and come on back down to Earth in this big huge can.
I was, I looked at Ron Howard. Like I looked at his Wikipedia, and it's been a while since he's had a hit. I think like Rush. Have you seen that one? It's like a car racing movie with.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know that was out there.
That's a good movie, but he's coming off like a few clunkers in a row. His last movie, did you see Inferno? Did you see that? The Dan Brown. It was him and
no.
What's her name from Rogue One? Felicity Jones.
Jones.
That movie was terrible. It's like we went to see it. My wife and I went to see it, and it's like very seldom do I go, we should probably just go. This movie makes no sense. We made it through.
Really?
We made it through. But if it was just me by myself,
you got up and walk out.
I might have been like, I'm just gonna go slip to something else, maybe.
If you don't like a movie, do they nowadays still let you get your money back and go, that sucked, I want my money back?
I have never tried, but I would think that they would.
They'd have to.
I think if you leave during the course of the movie, they're gonna give you a refund because you're like, I just left. But if you wait till the whole movie's over and then go, I hated it, then I don't.
So it's like finishing a meal.
Yeah, like I just ate this whole steak. Worst steak I've ever had. Give me another one.
I was not satisfied.
Not at all. This one, like, is the idea here we're just going in blind on these? We have no idea what they really are.
I hover my mouse over and then just read the main.
I can't. How do I move your bar? Here we go. Moving you over here. Sports. None of these sports stars. Who are entertainment? We just did that. I don't want politics. Let's see. All right, I'm going to start. Hold on, let me burp. Duh. Leave that in there. That was good. Okay, here we go. Facebook sidebar. We are in the one that is a beaker. I believe it's science, but it could also be chemistry. Dallas Zoo. Whoop, let me start again. Dallas Zoo. Gorilla at Dallas Zoo is a dancing machine.
Oh.
Let me see I don't know what that means.
That means that the gorilla can dance, and they've been videotaping him to prove that he could dance.
It says, the Dallas Zoo is sharing a video of a gorilla that zoo officials say has a passion for splashing. And he moves like he's dancing.
Passion for splashing.
He has a passion for splashing. He moves like he's dancing. That is something. I'm looking. It's a still picture. It looks like he's wilding out. He's like swinging his arms around, beating his chest, just spazzing out.
I wish I could see this.
Here is. We'll go to the Facebook sidebar. It should be right there. If I play a video, you will hear it? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I will. That's not dancing, though.
Maybe by today's standards. Knock yourself out. Do we get enough out of this gorilla spinning around like a idiot?
Yeah, I think we did.
Look at him go, though.
He's a happy little thing. It looks like almost animated, like it came from one of them there, War of the World, Planet of the Apes movies.
He looks like, in the one with Mark Wahlberg, he looks like... what's his name? The guy from the Green Mile, and he played an ape.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the original Planet of the Apes. Well, no, that was the second.
The original, like a remake.
The original remake. Mystery Science Theater 3000, baby. Marathon to stream for free on Twitch. Do you ever watch Twitch?
Is that the video game thing?
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm aware that it exists, but I've never looked at it.
They're going.
Like people play games and then they like when Ferg does his video game marathon for charity. Is that on Twitch?
No, he does it on YouTube. I'm going to try that this year too, as a matter of fact.
Are you going to play Atari as well? Do you have an Atari?
I have an Atari, I have a Sega, and I have a Wii, and I have a... That's it.
I do not play video games. Giant waste of time.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I was trying to think, what could I say that would offend everybody to a great degree? And I feel like if I said, you know what? Video games are for losers. That's really going to...
I think anybody who listens to podcasts, I'm sure, has played
I swear to you, there's nothing that you can do that is a bigger waste of time than playing a video game, especially like an old one. If you're playing like Atari or Nintendo, what are you doing with your life?
And then tomorrow you wake up and you're like 50 friends less.
You didn't record that, did you?
Of course not. All right, so... Mystery Science Theater, they're going for a 6-day stretch, 38 episodes of B-riffin' music, forget it. Mystery Science Theater 3000 will stream live. And Amazon owns Twitch. I did not know that.
Who's the host of that now?
Now it is, I know that the comedian is in there that grew up in my state, Patton Oswalt. He's in there now. But I don't know who's hosting it. Somebody new, and it's on Netflix now.
Yeah, I used to watch it when we, like a Comedy Central, like way back in the Ferg, but I haven't seen any. I think it was just Joel. I've only seen like the Joel episodes. He was the original Joel host. Is that right?
Yeah, I love those better, and it's hard for me to watch it now because I think at my age I'm starting to follow the movie, and I get annoyed with them making noises.
Especially like when they got their phones and they're like down in the front row, and you're like, why don't you just sit behind me? Just sit in the back row.
Get in the booth, the glass
Sit
booth.
in the back row and play Clash of Clans all you want. I don't care.
Well, I normally pick a song for the end of the show. What would you... can I play one of mine again, or do you mind if I pick something by... I'd like to pick something by Jonathan Colton.
Maybe we should play one of mine. Maybe I should send something over, like one of my...
I would love to play one of yours.
One of my segment intro songs. I'm just kidding. I have.
Oh, God, I was getting so excited. I thought maybe
you were getting jazzed because you're like, a genius-level talent like this is going to make some great songs. But sadly, no.
Because you've talked on this show, and then if you could play music, it'd be the best podcast ever produced.
I thought it was already. Well, mine is, but I thought that this was a close second. Maybe a third behind one of my other ones.
Probably be. I think I'll pick a Jonathan Colton song.
I have one question before I let you go and eat that.
There's no rush to go. What's that?
Just one. I can see. If you guys could see what I see, this guy, he's like salivating right now for these hamburgers, and I want to let him go and get them. But one question before we get off the air.
Yes.
When you decided that you were going to relaunch the Pretentious Podcast, what made you think I was the dude?
I think because of your wit. And you want the honest answer or a silly answer?
Both.
Okay, here's the mix of both. Your wit, your hairline, your physique, your love of dogs, you're a family man, your sense of humor, the fact that you're so far away from me that if I offend you, you can't do anything about it.
I could, but I don't want you to know that. I shouldn't have said it.
Oh. And your love of Chet Atkins.
Am I pretentious, though? I guess is the bigger question. I should have been more direct.
Definitely.
You think so?
About as much as I am.
I think like coming from California, whether you want to be or not, you have like a higher degree of pretension than people in other states. I think even like the most down-to-earth California farmer is still probably like more pretentious than like the most pretentious dude in another state. I don't know. It's like
it's pretty accurate.
It is what it is. You could take the most down to like salt of the earth California like almond farmer, and dude is still probably going to be like a gluten-free vegan. It's just in California when you say somebody's a salt of the earth, it means you're only like gluten-free.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a down-to-earth guy.
And I appreciate that. That's what I wanted in this
real
episode.
Salt of the earth talk.
Will you join me in 2 weeks and try this again?
We could give it a shot.
I think I'll end the show tonight with So Far So Good by Jonathan Colton.
That'll be good. Is he the guy who sang the song about IKEA?
Yes, and he's also the one who did Re Your Brains.
I love that IKEA song.
I do
love
too.
it a lot.
Want me to play that one?
You've already played it before. Let's maybe get a new one that I may not have heard.
Okay, So Far So Good is one of my favorites, and I think it fits really good with what we spoke about today. Because things are getting good.
You think so?
No.
We can hope. It's going to get good for you because you got a burger.
I got a burger and fries waiting behind me and a beautiful wife and a nice Friday night.
I have nothing. I have to go do the dishes.
So far, so good.
So far, so bad, I guess.
So join us next time when Brian says...
Check us out next time, TupaCast episode number 20.
What does that mean?
That's the next episode of the TupaCast. Isn't that what this is?
No, you don't read that. No, give me a piece of chicken grease or something. For me.
All right, I'm going to say it for you. All right, guys. Peace and chicken grease.
Yes. Thank you, brother, very much.
You are welcome.
Today's the day it gets better. This much I know. I'm gone, I'm getting out, and all you suckers can watch me go. And I don't know where I'm going yet, but it's somewhere quite a ways from here, I'll bet. It's gonna be so far, so far. It's gonna be so far, so far. It's gonna be so far, so too late to make it all better. This time it's real. No need for looking back. Don't have to talk about how we feel. And there's no one we can pin this on. 'Cause you can't see that it's going till it's gone. But we got so far, so good. No, we got so far, so good. Yeah, we got so far, so not bad, we could have done better. Next time we'll know. So sad, should have been. If only wishing would make it so. In 1,000 years we'll meet again. With the saddest smile, you'll ask me how I've been. I'm gonna say so far, so good. Gonna say so far, so good. Gonna say so far, so good.
All of Zerbinator's music and podcasts are under the Creative Commons license, which allows retelling and rebroadcasting as long as the author is notified and credited. For more great escape pods, please visit www.zerbinator.wordpress.com. If you would like to contact Zerbinator Land, you can send an email to instrumentally@gmail.com or give us a call at 571-408-ZERB or 9372.